So this whole new planting is going to be a mixture of kind of two things. This upper section is all going to be Syrah, as well as a small part of the lower section. And then the next move is to plant some different Bordeaux varietals. So right now we only have Cabernet Sauvignon planted, but we want to get some Merlot and some Cab Franc into the blend. We really think that the future of this property is Rhones, but it has some tremendous 40-year-old Cabernet Sauvignon vines right now. And so we want to really focus on how we can make the best wines with those. And I think having things like Merlot and Cab Franc to blend in will really help. So right now we're doing the third pass with the ripper. First he went vertically, then he went horizontally, now he's finishing with diagonal. The idea behind this process was to get rid of the compaction layer. So now we're ripping at about 3 feet, which is giving us this really nice soft soil that will allow the roots to go deeper faster and get better water and nutrients than they would be able to if there was a really hard layer right under the soil. Right now we're going through and finishing the vineyard removal from the last time when they took it out and they left some vines in the ground. It seems like they kind of just buried the vineyard in place, so we're trying to remove all that. We chose to plant this field as our first new Tierrenense planting for a bunch of reasons. The first is we really like the soil profile here. We really like the sandy soils and we like the vine getting less water. The more stressed the vine is and the less available water, it'll help us make a better wine because the vine won't be focused on vegetative growth. And obviously we want some of that, but we don't want a plant that's just focused on growing green. We want a plant that's focused on growing berries because with the less water, the more concentrated the fruit, the less watered down, the better it's going to be in the winery for us. The flavors are going to be more intense. The profile, the ripeness, all that stuff is going to be better the more stressed the vine is to a point. Another factor for us was the elevation. So this field's bottom is at 850 feet and goes all the way up to 1250, almost 1300. Mostly above the frost level. The higher we go, we get into some more interesting soils as we move up, some more decomposing granite. So we're really excited about the potential of the field, and we think it was a good choice for the first one. So this part of the vineyard, we found this really cool white sand. It's kind of interesting because it's not really anywhere else in the field. Down there is kind of darker sands, then clay, then more of this kind of golden sand up here. But this one little section has this white sand, possibly diatomaceous earth. Not really sure, but really interesting just to see the micro terroirs and see these little changes. And definitely something that we'll be excited to see what the differences are in this little area. We have planting of this season's cover crop, tilling that under, planting of one more season's cover crop as we put in infrastructure, and we'll start to put in irrigation. And then in spring of 2022, we'll get the 1-year-old vines that we've selected from the nursery, and we'll put them in the ground then. We're at the beginning of starting something that will hopefully be a long and really productive and exciting journey.